Hello teachers, my name is Olivia. Thank you for interest in our company. In order to make you a better understanding the details of small groups teaching, today our workshop will show you the details of our course system and teacher practice. So let's start it. As you can see from the screen, the first one is our contents. So it's divided into two parts. The first one is curricular system, and the second one is teacher practice. So let's start it with the first one, curricular system. Our curricular system is divided into 7 levels. There are 10 units for each level. It includes 10 lessons for each unit. Lesson 5 and Lesson 10 are test lessons in each unit. Lesson 5 is test the learning aims of 1 until 4 lessons. The test 5 will test Lesson 1, Lesson 2, Lesson 3, and Lesson 4 lessons. And Lesson 10 is going to test the whole learning aims of this unit. For now, the age of our students are 5 to 12 years old. And for now, most of our students are beginners, their level. And the second one is our teacher practice. When teacher teaches the kids, the teacher could sitting on the chair and to teach. So let's start the first one of the teacher practice. Prepare lessons. Please check and prepare the teaching materials before the class, especially the tips. The tips just at the bottom of the materials of the slides, so teachers cannot stop the class to read the tips when they teaching kids. So please prepare them before. It will affect teachers' teaching performance if teachers don't read tips before the class. So please focus on it. Teachers, just read all of the tips before you start the class. And then it's our teaching materials. Please prepare some teaching materials which are related to the topic before the class, such as flashcards, numbers, hand copies, and so on, like hand puppets. So you could prepare it before the class, and teachers still could prepare some different teaching materials by their handmade. Like sometimes the teachers will prepare like a star, and when they give the reward to the kids, they could use it like, you get a star, like this. So we prefer teachers could prepare the different teaching materials before the class start, to make the classroom interesting and funny, and it also could make the kids focus on your class. And the next one is class time. The class time must be 25 minutes. And make sure the teacher could finish all the pages of the materials. It's so important because sometimes our class materials maybe 37, maybe 32. It's different for different topic, but the teachers need to finish all of them. The teachers need to finish all the pages of the materials. It will show, it will really important if the teachers cannot finish it on time, because teachers need to have the ability to control the time to finish all the teaching aims. And if someone late, teacher could wait for them 1 minute, but not over 1 minute. Also, please interact with other kids when you wait for students. For example, like student A, he's not enter in the classroom on time, so you could waiting for him maybe 1 minute, and during the time you could maybe say hi, you could interact with the kids who is already in the classroom, like how are you, like you could interact with them and use your hand puppet to say hi, like hello B, yeah, make them feel happy and interactive in this classroom, into this classroom. And the next one is be familiar with the platform. The functions like pens, eraser, frame, typing, and undoing can be used freely in the classroom. It's really important for teachers. For example, if teachers found that there are 2 or more words in one slide, teachers could use the brush or circle the word which he or she are going to talk about. It can make kids focus on the words which you circled. Like when you teach them yes and no. And here is yes, here is a no, and teacher could use the paintbrush, just circle the yes first, and teach the kids yes first, and then teach them the pronunciation of yes and combine it with actions. So teacher need to familiar with the different functions that they could just use the frame, use the pens freely, yeah. And the next one is time setting. It's really helpful for teachers to watch it for reference, because just what we talked with each other, it's really important for teachers that finish all the pages on time. So we just offer the time setting for the teachers for reference. The first one is hello song plus goodbye within 3 minutes. It's especially for hello song. The hello song is in our warm-up part. The warm-up part should not over 30 seconds, so teachers could control the time and make sure when they play the warm-up song, the song should not maybe over 2 times. I mean, we just play warm-up song once time, and then we could start to teach our aim words step by step. Yeah, control the warm-up time. And the next one is our major words and sentences. The time should be between 10 minutes to 12 minutes. And then it's numbers. The numbers is 4 minutes to 5 minutes. After numbers, we have letters and phonics. And the letters part should just during the time 5 minutes to 6 minutes. And the last one is set words. Sometimes we have set words for these teaching materials. Sometimes it's not existing in this teaching materials. And if the teaching materials, if the teaching aim include the set words, the time should be between 1 minute to 2 minutes. Yeah. However, if we don't have this part for for today's topic, we could just give the time to another part to make sure we could give enough time to make the kids practice it and learn it with you. Let's move on to the next one. It's attitude. Teacher demonstrate enthusiasm and appropriate attitude. Attentive, smiling, fun, encouraging, and so on throughout the class. This effectively motivates and encourages the students to focus on the lesson. So please keep smiling in the class. The kids love teachers' smile, so please keep your beautiful smile in the classroom. And next one is energy level. It's a little bit, I will explain it more clearly. So teachers demonstrate an energy level That is appropriate to different parts of lessons such as warm-up, major words, and sentences. I mean, teachers could just show their energy in the classroom, properly. I mean, teachers could just show them high five, but the teacher need to control the energy level, not too much. Like, let me show it to you by myself. So please watch it. Wow! This one is too much. So I just make an example by myself. We could just show our energy level and high five with them for some beginners because they are so young. They need teachers just more energetic in the classroom and high five and high tone to encourage them. But the teachers could just keep the energy level on it to control it, not too much to make it will make the kids feel a little bit confused. Sometimes it will they don't understand why teachers doing it. And let's move on to the next part. And the next one is output. Teacher output is appropriate for student level. For now, most of our students are 0 level, so please use simple sentences and simple words when you teach in the classroom. We use more TPR. Hard words often we use more TPR to instead of some sentences, and we just use less hard words or sentences. For example, at the beginning, when you enter in the classroom and you want to introduce yourself, there is no necessary for teachers to ask their name respectively at the beginning. So let me give you an example, like student A and student B. So you want to say hi to them, you could just call the name one by one. Hello A, hello B, I'm teacher Ollie. Hello teacher Ollie. Very good. You could just call the name and introduce yourself bravely, and you could also make them to repeat after you. Hello, teacher Ollie. Then that's enough. And sometimes, like some sentences, like for example, like what would you say to Orange? How many bala bala? This kind of sentences, they are so hard for kids to understand. So please avoid to say them in the classroom. So please focus on your output. And the next one is TPR. Teacher use TPR when needed and can model how to complete tasks and articulate students' understanding. So please focus on your TPR. It's different to compare with a small group. I mean, teachers could not use big actions. Teachers could just, because the teacher need to setting in the classroom. For example, when you teach them a word like listen, you could teach the pronunciation of the word first. Like this, you double-click your headshot and teach them the pronunciation of listen. Listen! And make them repeat after you to correct their pronunciation, and then the teachers need to combine the words with the actions together. Like this one, listen, and this action means listen. So after that, you could use the teaching methods like I say, you do, I do, you say. Help kids to combine the words with actions, make them have a sense. Listen equals this action, make they have a sense of that. And the next one, let's move on to, this is our patience. I believe that every teachers, when they become like a teacher for education, the first one is they need to have enough patience. So teacher is patient and gives students enough time to respond and repeat, building student confidence. Teacher does not interrupt the students or rush them. I mean, it's important for teachers when they monitor them to answer your question, please give them enough time. Also, when you say a word, when you teach them a new word, leave them enough time to repeat after you and be patient for them. If they make a mistake, you also so patient to correct their mistake. It could help for them. It's really helpful for them to build the confidence, especially for some students. They are so shy. So please be patient in the classroom. And the next one is control the classroom rhythm. Teacher could display the slides with a natural way. Energetic, flowing quality without harshness or abrupt breaks. So because we have different parts for teaching materials, so please be energetic in the classroom and control the classroom rhythm. For example, like when you move on to the next part, it should be we make it fluently, not just we move it and then there's no sound for maybe several seconds. Yeah, please control the classroom rhythm. Okay, let's move on to the next part. The next part is correct pronunciation. Teacher could make their words clearly and pure pronunciation and intonation. Please correct students' mistake and guide them to say the word or sentences again. It's so important because for example, when teachers teach pronunciation of words, please double-click your headshot and make sure your whole face in the screen. Use your finger pointed to your mouth. Yeah, this is the first step, and then you will check the students repeat after you. And if they make the mistake, please correct the kids' pronunciation of the mistakes and make sure they could say it again. It's important because the parents, especially the parents these parents who focus on the student pronunciation, they hope teachers could correct their mistakes right now. I mean, the parents focus on the pronunciation of kids because they are so small. It's really important. It's an important step for beginners to learn the word at the first time. If the teacher could correct their pronunciation quickly, and they will remember it soon. So it's really important for this step. I mean, correct their pronunciation. And the next part is interactive part. Teacher should give the same chances for kids to answer the questions. Teacher could make the orders of kids answer the questions. For example, there are 4 students in the classroom, A, B, C, D. So teacher could just ask the questions or make them repeat after you call their name according like maybe B, A, C, D or D, C, B, A. Yeah, but mix the different orders of it. Make sure they could have same chances to repeat after you, to answer the questions. It can build their confidence. On the other hand, teacher could choose kids who are outgoing, have basic level to practice first when you want to teach kids to practice words or sentences. Because, for example, if you want to say, maybe teach them hello Kitty, and you want to practice these words with them. This is an example. For example, like Sarah is really good, and Sarah would like she is really like to talk with teachers, to follow teachers' rhythm. So you could call to the Sarah's name first, make her to make an example for other teachers, for other kids. Because if you call one of the kids who is really shy, he or she just sitting here, and he or she is really afraid to answer questions of teachers, it cannot make a good example for another kid. So it's really important that teacher first give same chances by different orders to make the kids answer your question or repeat after you. Second, teacher should have ability when the teacher wanted to practice the sentences or the words. Teacher could choose one of the kids who is maybe outgoing or have basic level, and you could choose these students to answer your question first. Make an example to another student. Okay, and besides this, teachers should have ability to guide kids repeat after teachers one by one, all together. For example, when the teachers teach kids say, hello, Orange. So teacher could just make the kids to repeat after you, repeat after you together. You could make a posture like this. Yeah, it means you could make them have a sense that they need to repeat after you together. And you also have the ability that you could call their name to make them repeat after you one by one. This one could help you to correct their pronunciation, and you could just make sure they won't make mistakes of the pronunciation. And this one is our reward system. For reward system, we hope teachers could make a reward system like a pyramid. Yeah, pyramid. I mean, teachers reward students according to their levels. For example, as we can see from the screen, teacher could high five, or you could use like a handmade star, like you got a star for 0 level kids. Then you could give trophies, ice cream to middle level kids, because it can get kids to count how many ice cream balls they got. And the last one is teachers could make a square up rewards for high level kids. The reward system is really important. Yeah, because for our platform, you could give trophies to kids. Like you just click trophy, the icon of trophies, and reward them with trophies. However, the number of trophies should not over 6. Yeah, it means teachers should just prepare different rewards to encourage kids. We prefer teachers could use maybe stars, maybe smells, maybe different ice cream balls to cutting. Yeah, use different ways to encourage kids. So please focus on it and prepare the rewards. Reward maybe the teaching materials before you start class, to make sure you could have the different maybe handmade rewards, and the kids will feel really happy when you encourage them. And this is our details for our teaching methods for today's workshop. And thank you for your time. Thank you, teacher. See you next time. Bye bye.